Hey there, Fit Fam, how is it going? Coach Paul coming back at you guys. Another Trainer Tip Tuesday. All right, you see this dumbbell in my hand? We're gonna be talking about some dumbbell overhead tricep extensions, okay? Now, the dumbbell tricep extension overhead, okay, is a great exercise to perform as far as to help get a better range of motion within your shoulders. That is kind of like a secondary muscle group that gets worked in that exercise. Primarily though, okay guys, I talked about it before in other trainer tip videos, so I'm gonna re-emphasize this again. Mind to muscle connection, okay? When you're performing these tricep extensions, you need to think about using your arms, okay? It is not a shoulder movement, okay? Not a forearm exercise, okay? It can work the core because of the way you gotta stand and stabilize that core. But either way, let's get into the details, the specifics of this tricep overhead extension. So, first things first, you may not be able to see my feet, all right, but I want to make sure that when you are standing, all right, your shoulder width apart, maybe toes slightly out. Now, some of the things that you may not be able to see on the camera, but I will cue it out, all right? Now, when you're grabbing that dumbbell, you want to make sure always this stance, soft bend those knees. You want to make sure this back, we're not overarched like so. Tuck in those hips like I always talk about. Now, engage those glutes, squeeze, okay? What that does is engages that core. Yes, always engage that core, belly button to that spine. Now, as you take this dumbbell overhead, now, there's two ways to grab the dumbbell, either by the double head or by the single. If you're grabbing it by the single, okay, you need to make sure that you're making that triangle with your hand and the dumbbell head sits right in the middle, okay? So again, make that triangle with the hand, just like so, and this is how it would sit in the hand. Now, when you have this grip and you set up, all right, shoulder width apart, hips tucked in, core tight, all right, neutral spine. Now, you notice biceps almost cover the ears, pretend like they're earmuffs. These elbows are returned to the front. Want to make sure that when you are lowering this dumbbell past, okay, keyword past 90 degrees, meaning you break this plane here, you must lower, get a full range of motion at this moment right here, at this phase of the exercise, okay? You should feel the stretch right in the back of that arm. Now, as you take this dumbbell overhead to press, think about pressing the palms up towards the sky. That way this dumbbell, if you notice the head of it, it stays vertical from top to bottom. Again, breaking that 90-degree plane, taking my palms towards the sky. You don't have to grab the dumbbell with those hands. You want to make sure you leave an open grip so it really involves those triceps some more. Now, another thing, these elbows, you want to make sure you're not flaring out like so. All right, bring them in slight angle of 45, again, overhead. Whew, gotta set that down real quick. That burns on that position there. All right, so with that tricep extension, okay, again, it's very important and vital when you are holding it with that grip, with the single head, that you're not holding by the actual dumbbell itself, like so. All right, some of the miscues or well, not really missed, but some of the common mistakes that we see, okay, or that I notice at times, is when you're grabbing the dumbbell like so, when you're performing this, okay, you can see in the camera, some are going like this, or you're facing that dumbbell, you notice the head, okay, it changes its plane, it's no longer vertical, it's now horizontal. Yeah, you're gonna feel the triceps, but when I'm doing it like this, I'm not feeling as much of my triceps working. I'm feeling more biceps there, and I'm feeling more of my upper traps working through that. So it's very important that you think about hands to the sky once you have this locked in. So again, shoulder width apart, hips tucked in, core tight, grabbing by the single head, create that triangle, biceps, check them, they cover the ears there, open palms there. Now I'm gonna lower it down, break that 90-degree plane, and breathe them out. Breathe in for about 1, 2, on that third is where you take it up, slight pause, slowly lower it down, 1, 2, back up again. Always slow and controlled through your motion, range of motion to be exact there. Now, if you are grabbing by the double head, that is okay. You can perform it just like so. Just want to make sure that you are here. You notice my elbows, they are automatically set in position where they should be. They should not move from here. You don't need to flare them out or anything, bring them any further. Right here, they're set in a perfect position. All you gotta do is lower down below that 90-degree plane from the side. You see it, extend overhead. Now, if you notice though, with my wrist, all right, some common mistakes, you will see this happen at the top, turning it forward like so. No, just keep those wrists nice and neutral. Keep the thumb, I would say keep the thumbs, okay, towards the inside. When I say by the inside, if you're holding it by that, you see how my hand's on the inside there? That's what I mean. You need to grip it by the bottom. That way you're really working the triceps. So again, from this side here, when you break that 90-degree plane, okay, elbow still slightly tucked, overhead, you just see the flexion in that tricep, okay? I hope that clears up some things. Make sure hips are tucked in. Make sure biceps almost covering those ears. You're not flailing with these elbows. They're not too wide out, okay? One thing you wanna remember is the triceps will always get the best engagement shoulder width apart. So if your hands are out wide, okay, you're not gonna get much of triceps there. You're gonna hurt your shoulders more than anything. If you're too narrow here, you're not really gonna get much going there because you're just gonna hit your head or your arm's gonna be in the way with your face there. So if you notice when the hands went up, elbows are about shoulder width apart. That's the best cue that we can give on where the elbow should be positioned during the overhead tricep extension. But again, another important thing to remember is making that mind to muscle connection with anything and everything that you do within boot camp, okay fam? Whether it's boot camp or not boot camp, no matter what you're doing, any type of exercise, let's make sure that we are honing in on the particular muscle group that we are trying to target, okay? For today's instances, the triceps, back of the arm there, okay? Again, I hope that clarifies some things for y'all. Y'all have any questions, anything whatsoever, guys, you know where to find me. Reach out, all right? Have a great day. Trainer Tip Tuesday.